Gayle. Welcome to my channel. We're talking about the medical care for Tomlin, the vet care, and we're up here tonight live streaming. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I want to thank everybody for your patience, both with my schedule and the live stream. It's been kind of crazy today. I know you guys know how that goes. It's just been insane. We're having some work done on the house, and everything is just in disarray. So finally, I'm now able to sit down and get this done. So thank you. Hi, Chili Expat family. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Eclectic Closet. Thank you for coming in today. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Now, as you know, I do the service dog videos on Fridays. And a girlfriend of mine suggested that I talk about the vet care for Tomlin that we get on the road, and who I use for vet care, and what if there's a pet emergency and things like that. So we're going to talk about that. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave those in the comment box below. We are doing the live stream, so you just type them in and I'll get your questions. So, hey, Rusty, it's good to see you. Thank you for hanging out today. So I think the biggest thing with this guy, hey Tomlin, who is really, I think he's getting camera shy again lately. Oh. The biggest thing with this guy is to prevent problems. And so for that, we use the Banfield Wellness Plan. The vets are all across the country at any PetSmart store all around the country. I like it because of the convenience. Another reason why I like the wellness plan is because when Tomlin gets sick, I can call and I don't have to worry about the fee to get him seen. So that's really nice. You know, because all that's covered under the welcome plan. Hey, Grant, thank you for coming out. Good to see you. So I'm going to move this because it looks like it's terrible here. And there goes the dog. Sorry, guys. So half of the star of the show just ran out on me. Are you going to come back, Tomlin? No, I guess not. In that case, I'll move it on over here. Sorry about that. But when I'm on the road, when I'm out in the van and out on vacation and out traveling, using the wellness plan for the service dog's vet care for Tomlin is really convenient, because the last thing that you want to have happen is to get stuck on the road on vacation, your dog gets sick, and you don't know about the copay or what to do. So using Banfield is great for that, because I know automatically I can go to any Banfield vet. So it's a matter of figuring out, I'm not digging through, website reviews and stuff, trying to find a vet when I'm on the road that I trust, because I think they are pretty well vetted. Bad pun, I know, at Banfield. But I know automatically where he can go, and I know automatically that I'm not going to have to pay that office visit charge, because that'll be covered. It's all covered under his plan. So those are two big reasons. And the other reason why I like the plan is because it covers so much. So a lot of his labs, his preventative labs, are all covered, and his ear checks and things like that, his heartworm test, I don't have to worry about any of that because they're all covered under the plan. So like when he got sick, or let me just back up, Tomlin was poisoned a few years ago, we think. Basically, he got sick, he started bleeding rectally, that's all I'm going to say on that. And so I had to take him into the vet on an emergency basis because he had gotten sick at night. So I was able to just take him in, and they did the testing and all that was needed. I didn't have an appointment, of course, because it was an emergency. I didn't have to worry about the vet fee. because it was taken care of on the plan. And then he was due for some of his lab work, and that was covered under the Banfield Wellness Plan. So I didn't have to worry about paying a huge amount extra. We still had, you know, a couple of $100s that we were shelling out, but much, much better than what it would have been otherwise. So there you go. And Tomlin, as you can tell, is okay. But the vet checked him for a couple of different things, and the final decision was that he possibly had gotten into some poisoned or had been poisoned, and he had been yelled at by somebody a couple of days ahead of time. And he's usually either with us or he's on a cable outside. He does not run loose. And so one of our neighbors didn't like dogs and really took objection to him running loose. So there you go. So let's see what we got. Grant Hubbard's here. Rusty Faith's here. Eclectic Closet is here. Chile Expat Family is here, all hanging out. And, oh, how old is Tomlin? Tomlin is 11 years old. Hard to believe. Well, he's actually a few weeks shy of 11. He'll be 11 in December. So, he's 11. We got him when he was a tiny puppy. He was 8.5 weeks old when we got him. And the 8-week plus mark is really important because there's a lot of socialization that takes place within the pack that you have to get in that first few weeks. If you don't, that can affect them later. So we got him at just over 8 weeks. He got that background that he needed. And as far as anytime you have a service dog, you always want to make sure that he's, you know, socialized with people. So that was not a problem. The place that I worked, it was great to be able to take him in, and he was handled and passed around. And then first thing, straight off the bat, my daughter was in the high school at the time. She was in the high school band. So he wound up being the, I don't know, the whole pet for the whole band, basically. Yeah, they went on a trip pretty much immediately to Florida. So he's been road tripping since like the second week that we had him, and he got to go. And I was concerned on the trip. We joked, because he was handled so much on the trip. I said, the puppy is just not going to be able to remember how to walk after this because he hadn't been walking. So they all passed him around. It was great. So, hey, Tomlin, are you coming back over here, bud? Oh, my husband just gave him his favorite in the whole wide world. Come here. Come on, get it. You want it? There you go. We're probably going to hear some loud noises. He gets his bone and he likes to pounce on it. Let me see if I can get him to do it too. Are you getting it? Come on, Tomlin. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. So that didn't last long. He's now chewing. So let's see. How many pet smarts on there are there is what's being asked by the Chile Expat Family. And you know, honestly, I don't know because they are all across the country. I'm going to guess over 1,000 pet smarts. I did know that actually when we took out the plan, but I've forgotten. So the things you forget. Eclectic talk. I can't talk tonight. I'm sorry. Eclectic Closet. My daughter used to bring her service dogs in training home when she would visit. They were great dogs. Awesome. You know, it is such a blessing to have people that are willing to work with service dogs in training. If you guys, you have no idea, because it's just, you've got so much to do when you're training a service dog. And it is so easy to mess up a service dog training. But having somebody that can take the dog for the first few weeks of life, first few months of life, when you're working with an agency, and properly train and work with the dog, agencies are amazing. So I am so glad that you did that. I mean, your daughter did that, because she's really, so people who work with service dogs and help train service dogs are making the world better in so many ways. I can't even tell you, because the love between a handler and a service dog, that bonding is everything. But that bonding can't happen if the service dog's not well trained, if it's not well socialized. I'm stammering and stuttering because it's such a huge deal. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of, especially that first few weeks of life, having the training that makes it a happy, well-adjusted, socialized service dog. And so Eclectic Closet is saying that her daughter worked with Guardian Angel service dogs, and huge. Your daughter is like my hero on this. Really big deal. Chile Expat Family says that they do not have PetSmarts in Chile. I'm so sorry. Maybe one day. But hey, I did notice, I know, totally off subject. I did notice on one of your videos, this last one, that you were in a store, casino, I think it was, that had Old Smoky moonshine. Just going to confess, that's made like at one of my favorite places. So that's Gatlinburg, Tennessee, folks. And Chile Expat Family says that he's sorry, y'all, I'm going to have to go. His pig is giving birth. That is so cool. I hope you get a short video. If not, congratulations on the new pig. So, and let's see, Rusty Faith asks, how is my day going? Rusty, it's doing great. Thank you for asking. A little crazy with all of the repairs and stuff that are going on. Basically, we're in job provided housing, and so the folks have decided to redo the entire bathroom. So it was all ripped out today, and for a while we didn't have water, so we couldn't use either one of the bathrooms. We have two. So now they got that fixed, and the whole, it's looking nice. So Tomlin was real funny. When the equipment started up, he came right in there, and he got right in front of me, and he just kind of looked at me like, really? Here we go again. So anyway, Chile Expat Family, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope it goes well. Keep us posted on that. We'll watch for a later video from you. So, and Rusty Faith, again, thank you for asking how my day is. I appreciate that. And what else have we got here? Grant Hubbard, are you still hanging out with us? If you are, hello. Yeah. Eclectic Closet, how long has your daughter, sorry, how long has your daughter worked with the service dogs? Has it been a long time? Because again, I can't say enough about that. And you over here who are munching, you can't say enough about your favorite treats, huh? Yeah. We go through this nightly routine with him where there's this special, he gets a VONE every night. It's a fake one. It's one of those, they're by Purina. They're the busy buns. And for him, it's, yeah. Anyway, he gets one a night, and he knows it happens when it's dark. So at around dark, he starts coming in, just really letting us know, hey, it's time, it's time. He'll headbutt, he'll go over to the shelf, he'll come and get us and take us over to the shelf. He'll go, he's a husky mix, so they aren't notorious for mouthing off. He will do that. I gotta try to get a video of it sometime. He's getting a little bit camera shy though. So So we've got, so I'm sorry for the munching. Wow. Okay, so Eclectic Closet says that she doesn't work with them. We're talking about her daughter working with the service dog agency. And she said she doesn't work with them anymore. She moved back and is a teacher now, but she's still in touch. She did get to speak at the state capitol on behalf of service dogs. So she's training, or has trained, and she's speaking out on behalf of service dog owners. Yeah, put her in my hero category. Because the one thing that as a service dog owner, I have to continually do is educate the public over and over and over again. So, let's see, I've got a Facebook thing coming in right now. You see what's going on there. Okay, it's an e-friend of mine, and she apparently doesn't know I'm live streaming, but her message is really pertinent. She says, hey, I didn't get up. She says, hey, I didn't give up. I just got great news. I am getting a service dog. And she's put like 3 exclamation points on it. So I'm really, really glad. I'm not calling your name because I don't know if you're okay with that or not. So let me just tell her that I am actually online and she can let me know. Okay, so we'll see. Hopefully she'll have a minute and she'll pop in here. And Eclectic Closet is saying, she says, we're talking about her daughter, and she says she had to do the same, and she had to quote the laws verbatim to people. Yeah, we have to do that. I will take a copy of the service dog laws with me. Like when we were out on the road trip, I have them printed out. I have them stuffed right in my special folder that I take. I put all of the important papers that I'm going to need on the road trip in a special bright colored folder. When we're out and people have questions, I'll just pull that out. I also had a copy in my bag. So, and we needed it. It was like the frustrating thing because where we got the problem was going into a hotel. The staff just, they wanted to charge me a pet fee, and you can't do that. They wanted to see a certification, and you can't do that. So we went back and forth, and then the clerk was like, okay, yeah, okay, don't worry about the pet fee. So what happened was, I thought we had it all taken care of, and then that night, when they slipped that paper underneath the door, I went and got my bill, and I looked at it, and bam, there's a pet fee. So I had to go in and talk to him about that. What I did there was I didn't have it. All my stuff was already in the van before we actually got a manager, because talking to that same desk clerk or talking to the desk clerk was not going to work because of what we'd been told the night before. So it tells you it's pretty much a training issue. So I went over to their little lobby area and I just printed it out off of their computer. And I talked to the desk clerk and told her I wanted the manager. And of course we did this, hey, can I help you? And I was like, well, this is the thing. And then she's like, oh yeah, you need to talk to a manager. So finally she got one for me. We got it all straightened out. And the manager, here's the thing. Well, part of the reason you have to keep educating is because some people aren't doing their jobs. And so the manager, when I finally talked to her, she was like, you know, I'm sorry that you had this problem. I don't think I ever told her that during training. So I don't know how long she had been trained. They said she was kind of new, but that she didn't think she'd ever told her that during the training. So if you're managing a hotel where you've got people, you've got over 100 rooms in a hotel usually, and so you have 100 people coming in every day staying with you. That's a pretty big piece of training to leave out, but that's what she said. But having that service dog law that I could just pull out and give them was a very big deal. So, Eclectic Closet, your daughter, it's so frustrating, but your daughter is really doing such a great job because of having to go through and educate and being willing to do that. So, yeah. Definitely, again, put your daughter in my hero list. So, hang on a second. Let me see if he's ready to come back. Tomlin? Come here, boy. What? You don't like the camera? Come on. He's looking at me. That's all he's doing. So, well, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see here. Hold on. Eclectic Closet is saying, I think the service dog protection bill at least is SB-47, something she had to speak in behalf of the expert that wrote the bill, or something like that. I'm not familiar with that bill, but I'm going to have to check it out. Because anything that will help service dog handlers, it's a really big deal. And so, the thing is, it's like this whole trickle down. If the managers and all at the hotels know it, they can train their staff. When you go into a restaurant, if the managers are versed in service dog law, they can train their staff. So when you go into a restaurant, you don't have as much of a problem. When other people see these issues, as they come up sometimes with undertrained staff, having somebody that is trained, or has been trained, come here, is, hang on a second, I'm getting distracted by my service dog. Come here, boy. Yeah, say hi. So, whoa. Yeah. Oh, is there a dog in that camera? Okay, that one's gone. Sorry. Anyway, having somebody that's had some exposure to service dog law really helps. For example, when I was at the NIH and they were kicking us out or trying to, one of the people that was there actually started trying to go to bat for us because they were more well-versed with service dog laws than the staff. It didn't help as far as the staff went. They were still doing their thing, and that whole video is online, so I'll link it after the live stream and you guys can click on it. But it's when I was denied at the NIH with the service dog. But having somebody there that knew service dog law and backed us up on it was very helpful for me as a person. It didn't make any difference in the outcome of the situation by the hotel, but just as a service dog handler, having somebody that was like, hey, I know this is wrong, really went a long way emotionally toward helping me, which was amazing. So let's see. We've got WizKid is saying, hey, hello. Lovely Kid Japan has just joined us. Hey! And there we go. We still have Eclectic Closet hanging out with us. Jim's Light is here. Hey! So thank you guys. Jim's Light is doing a sub for sub thing she's got going on. So there you go. Thank you guys all for coming out, for joining us. We have several people who joined us at the same time. Right now the topic is service dogs, and I was just talking about the service dog vet care that we get for them on the road. But we will be possibly on Sunday night. I'm looking at the possibility of doing a live stream where we just talk about whatever's on our minds. So probably 7 o'clock is what we're looking at for that on Sunday. That's Eastern time. So lovely kid Japan, how is life in Japan? The other thing is, I was wondering the other day, do you guys see many service dogs out there in Japan? Or is it more popular here in the U.S.? And my friend who didn't give up said she's not really comfortable with having her name out on YouTube yet. She doesn't have her service dog yet. She's just been approved for it. And so she's saying she still feels, she's still coming to terms with the fact that she needs a service dog. And that's a big emotional adjustment for a lot of people. Because you are admitting not only that you need a service dog, but you're sometimes still coming to terms with the fact that you have a chronic health condition that will be made better. Your life will be made better by having a service dog. So it's kind of this double whammy, you know. You realize, hey, I've got this chronic condition. You're like, hey, I think a dog will help. So you check into that. You go through the whole process. And even though it takes a long time to get a service dog, especially if you go through an agency like she's doing, it can take a very long time. It still is difficult sometimes to come to terms with the fact that you need a service dog. If you have, like, let's say you've been diagnosed with cancer, you know, a year or 2 years down the road, you know, you still may be reacclimating to life post-cancer as opposed to pre-cancer. That can be very, very hard. If you have a child, for example, that has been diagnosed with a chronic health condition and you get a service dog for your child, you know, your family is dealing already with this health concern, with having somebody in the household that's sick. And so you've come to terms with it. And hey, White 2-Pack, welcome in. So you've come to terms with having the child or the person in your family that's sick, or you being sick. But here's the thing. When you get a service dog, you're also announcing to the entire world that you have a health condition and you need a service dog. Service dogs are wonderful. They make your life better. But like when I have Tomlin, and he doesn't go with me everywhere because I need him to help me up out of the floor. I need him to pick things up. He does help with seizures, but I haven't had a seizure in years. And if I think I'm feeling wobbly that day, I tend to stay home. So he doesn't always go out with me everywhere. And part of it is because I'm announcing to the entire world every time I go someplace, hey, I'm sick. Hello, world. And it's not always the best thing. You know, you don't necessarily want to advertise to the entire world that you've got a health condition, and that's something that you do automatically when you go in with a service dog. So, are you coming back in here? Come here, bud. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. Good boy. Okay. So, and you just can't avoid that. You're going to go back? Okay. So, let's see. And Lovely Kid Japan says, the dogs can't go inside in the shops. They have to stay outside. And some camp areas are friendly for doggies. We try to always, when we go camping, we always try to get a dog-friendly area. It's just, even though he's a service dog, the laws here are that Tomlin is supposed to be allowed to stay with me. It's just easier to get one of those pet sites at the campgrounds. White 2-pack, I don't know for sure if I said hello to you or not, but hi, welcome. So there we go. Okay, and so my friend on Facebook, I was hoping that she would be able to come on in, and she's not going to be able to. Like I said, she didn't know I was live streaming. She has found out about my channel recently that I talk about service dogs. So, okay. And pop open that screen. I've got 2 different computer screens going on this time. And Lovely Kid Japan says, many roads have dog runs here, even the highways. Wow, that's different. We don't have that so much here. In fact, I've never seen, the only place that I've seen that actually had like a little dog run was at one of the rest areas that we went to, and that was actually the pet walk area, and they had these little spaces. They just had, it was not even a run, it was like a 6x9 locked fence, or not locked, but gated fence. It was a little odd, but I would love it if they had dog runs more places. That would be helpful for people who just were traveling with pets in general. So, okay, Lovely Kid Japan is saying that shopping malls have dog runs also. That's pretty nifty. Yeah, our shopping malls don't have dog runs. Actually, there's a few shopping malls that are even known to give people who have service dogs a real problem if they're in training and not fully trained yet. Because there's the process to get a service dog, that training takes, a year and a half. And that's why I was telling Eclectic Closet, talking about her daughter being such a huge part of the training. She trained service dogs. And this is not a short commitment that you make, because it takes a year and a half to 2 years for the dog to fully know to do exactly what he's got to do, because it's not just his task. He has to know how to behave in public, and not just like the basic manners, but he has to know, like if you go into a restaurant, he's got to go under the table, and some dogs don't like those really tight and close spaces. So it's things like that. So. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. I just got a battery warning on my phone. Oh no! Okay, well, I got the battery warning on the phone. So, you guys, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Leave your questions down below. Tonight we were talking about vet care for service dogs, and we talked about some other things too. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It will take YouTube a few minutes to process it, but it will be available in just a few minutes as a regular video. So come back and check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, live bodaciously, and that means just grab your life and live it to the fullest, because that's what it's there for. And thank y'all for watching again. My battery is going, so I'm sorry this is being cut off. But you guys all have a good night, and I will see you out, about, and online. Bye. And